Did Trump just promise a green card to all immigrant students? Really? Or is this just all gibberish talk to sway the votes in a certain direction in the upcoming election? Now, before you move ahead, let me just preface by saying that I received my EB-1A green card during Trump's presidency. But more on that later. Let's give you a brief about what we have learned so far about this recent development from Trump. Simon here, everyone, and I have some news that might change your life. Yes, you heard it right. That is big news if it gets implemented. Now, Donald Trump recently appeared in the All In podcast and shared a lot of information about the upcoming presidential elections, and he gave a snippet of what it might be for international students as well. Now, one of the major, and I mean major, statements made by Trump on this platform was his idea of providing automatic green cards, also known as permanent residency, to all foreign students who graduate college in the US. Yes. Now, he even went ahead to say that it doesn't really matter if the student has a diploma or a graduate degree or what college they have graduated from. None of that matter. I mean, this honestly feels like a little bit of a stretch, but then yeah, that's what he said. Now, he also emphasized on the importance of helping students stay in the country because immigration laws forces the students to move back, which results in a loss not only to the manpower but also to the knowledge and the skill set. He also said that the companies and the government are not able to strike a deal because the government has such regressive policies, and if the policies are actually in line for people keeping these immigrants in and employed for longer, then there would be more skill set within the workforce and the companies are able to work with the government better in this regard. He also funnily pointed out that Indian immigrants immigrate to the US and then they go out to become billionaires, founding companies in many other countries, which they should have been doing in the United States itself. And absolutely, I agree with that. This talent should stay in the US. The best and brightest should be able to proceed ahead building whatever they want to build after the graduate education. Now that you're all caught up, let's address the elephant in the room. Is this really possible? Well, in 2016, Hillary Clinton made the exact same promise when she was running against Trump, and we all know how that went. Now, yeah, Hillary Clinton lost the campaign, she lost the whole election, but we don't really see much effort from her or her party in pushing more for that promise, even otherwise. In the remaining clout they have in Congress anyway. But let's focus on right now. Now, the most important thing to understand here is that the decision of changing any major policy or bringing any sort of radical change doesn't really depend on the president alone. The president is kind of powerless for effective purposes over there. Similarly, if you see the 7% green card cap, country cap on green cards, if you look at the limited number of green cards overall, which has been causing this 15-20 year backlog, there have been 2-3 presidents under whom the backlog have been increasing, maybe 4 or 5 even, and nothing has been really done about it because Congress doesn't act on it, and there is no consensus in Congress to do anything about it. Yep, so neither Trump nor Biden can really promise any sweeping big changes if they don't have the support of Congress and bring a congressional amendment to the current laws. If they don't have the people backing up there, it is not going to happen. And even when they do, the implementations of such policies takes a lot of time. In case Trump is able to pull out something from an executive order and issue a sweeping reform, that also will kind of be temporary until Congress is able to confirm that through an act of legislation, and that is when we can consider it permanent. I mean, look at how permanent the green card backlogs are because it is an act of Congress. So these are the nuances you need to keep in mind in order to kind of understand what is truly going on. But then I'm really happy that there is someone bringing this back onto the table because that is what matters. Now imagine if this entire election went by where this was not even an issue, then it's not an issue at all. Now at least people are talking about it. At least there is some narrative sense bringing some relevance to the topic. Now to sum it up, can Trump bring this change? Yes, he can. Is this change likely to happen? well, the odds are stacked against it. But that said, I am rooting for this change. I really, really want this to happen because this is way past due on what immigrant students are capable of doing. But you know what they say never. And we know that Trump has always been pro-skilled immigration. And how do I know that? If you look at the stats, historically speaking, the EB-1A and O-1A paths, which are actually the pure merit-based paths, have gone up in approval under Trump compared to the previous presidency, and I would think even compared against Biden. So he does intend to keep the best and brightest in the country. That is what we've seen through the statistics and what narrative he is setting right now. So let's hope for the best, and I really am rooting for this myself as well. But until then, the best bet, in my opinion, is the EB-1A, and I guess we'll have to wait and find out about what happens here with the elections coming up and Trump becoming president and having stuff in Congress which enables him to bring this into act of legislation. I guess we'll have to just wait and find that out. But what you can do right now is you can enroll in Smart Green Card Program's VIP plan, pursue the EB-1A path, which is actually an act of legislation already. It's out there and it is fetching green cards for our clients in under a year so far, and your path can also be ensured until you are successful. Please make sure you like this video, share this video with as many people as possible just to understand what Trump has truly said, and also subscribe to this channel because we will be sharing a lot of EB-1A related content which can help you build your profile and not be dependent on like who says what and keep staying at their mercy in terms of your immigration journey as well. So please check out our channel, subscribe to our channel, and I am committed to bringing you the best content that will help you take your immigration journey in your own hands. Until next time, this is Saiman Shetty signing off. Peace.